This video is going to show you how to take a pyramid, regular pyramid like this that was created by a loft, which was just a square, a sketch on the bottom that was a square, and then a sketch at the top. You can see it highlighted in orange, which is just a point, and then lofting those two together. But anyway, it'll take this plain pyramid and add steps to it. In case you don't know what I just did, this is the rollback bar, so it's basically like going back and forward in time. So that's what it's going to look like. Maybe this isn't exactly the look you're going for, but it'll get you the steps you need to make what you want. So I'm going to roll this back so it's as if those steps never occurred, because I want to recreate them for you to see. So the first step is you're going to sketch the profile of the stairs. And I like to work with the section view. If you don't have the section view button, that's fine. All right, and now I'm going to project or use this edge so that we have that in our sketch. And now I'm going to come in and draw the profile of our sketch, or of our steps. Make sure you get it picked on that line that we just projected. And now I'm going to dimension, let's just say 0.7, because I know my pyramid was 7 inches tall. So then I'll have 10 steps. You can obviously have more steps if you want. Okay, so that's the first step. Rather than creating all the steps on our own, though, we're going to pattern them. So this linear pattern tool seems a little bit strange because there's no window that pops up to allow you to put in information. So all you need to do is do a selection bar, or sorry, selection box to select all 3 of those lines that we just drew. And you can see it's automatically going in this direction. I'm going to take the base of this arrow and rotate it up. And you can see it's not snapping to anything, and that's fine. In fact, I'm going to purposely leave it a little bit farther off than where I want. And so that's how you change the direction. If you want 2 of them, you could add this arrow in too, but I'm just going to edit the one that was already automatically started. Don't worry about this distance right now, because we're going to use sketch constraints rather than an actual distance, because otherwise we have to have the hypotenuse of this line, which I don't really feel like doing. We do need to change this number, though. We want 10 of them, so that's the number of instances. Now you can see we have more of them. They're obviously going off in the wrong direction, but that's fine. We can come back and change it. Now, to get the linear pattern to be accepted, you can see on my mouse it has a little green check on a left mouse button. So if I hit the left mouse button right now, that accepts the pattern. So there, I just accepted that, and that's obviously not what we're going for. We want them to be patterned along the edge of the pyramid. So I'm going to come in here, and you can imagine I'm going to use the parallel constraint. And I'm going to make this pattern line. So this construction line was created when you created the pattern. And this is the line that defines not only the distance between your pattern, but the direction. So you can edit this line as if it's just part of your sketch now that it's been created. So I'm going to make that parallel. So now you can see those stairs are all along the line of the pyramid. And now if you happen to want those to be exactly on top of each other, you could make those 2 points coincident. Except that I must have selected the end of the, oh, no, I know what happened. I did not delete the dimension first, so it's saying that it's over-constrained, because that cannot be coincident with that when this is set to 1.41, so I'm going to delete that dimension. And now I can go back in and say, make those 2 points coincident. And now you can see they are touching. Now, the one thing that, let me show you this. If I go to sweep this now, and let me just I'm going to turn off my section view. If I try to sweep, and what a sweep does, in case you don't know, is it takes a profile shape, so basically these stairs, and you pick a line or a path that you want it to follow. So the want to actual pattern, and then sweep path, I would pick this edge. And you can see it goes left and right, but it's having some issues. That's why it's in red. And it doesn't like that. If I hit the green check, it's not going to work. And you can see that this is red. And it's saying it's not a valid part. I'm going to delete this and I'll show you why. So most of these CAD programs don't like if you're going to create something with a 0 thickness. And so what happened is when I created this sketch and this sketch, because these are lying on top of each other, the points, there's a what would be like a 0 thickness sweep that would need to be swept there. And the software just can't deal with that. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to add the tiniest of fillets in here. And sure, we'll go with 0.01. That's pretty small, you can see. And now to accept it, I need to hit the green check. And now you can do that the whole way along. If you have a lot of these and you don't want to click the fillet the whole time, it would make more sense to put that into the pattern. And just, sorry, let me say what I just did there. When I was done clicking all of those lines to be filleted, I hit the left mouse button again, because when you see that little mouse button with the green check, that means you have to accept it. Now this is still up. That's asking for the radius of the fillet. So I'm just going to hit enter and that will all be done then. And so now I should be able to take that sketch that we just created and sweep it. So I'm going to select the entire sketch there, and the sweep path is going to be the bottom edge of the pyramid. And now you can see I can actually have it follow. Oh, it didn't like something once I added that last corner in. And I think the problem is at the top again. It doesn't like that we're basically getting rid of that point up there. So I'm going to go back in and edit this sketch. And actually, I'm just going to turn, you could either bring that down a little bit from the top so you have a tiny little point, or I'm just going to take off the last step because I think it wouldn't make sense to have that there anyway. But now we have an open sketch. So now I'm going to, oh, I think I missed turning those in too. Yep. Hit enter when you're done with that. And now I'm going to delete this radius. And I'll just make this point coincident with that. And now the sketch, the sweep should work. Why did my sketch get smaller? Oh, all right, I guess it didn't. I don't know what that was, must have just been a glitch. So that's what you would need to do to create the steps. Obviously, you don't want steps that big if you're actually creating, if that's not the look you want. This looks a little funny, so you could work on making that a little better, but this just shows you how to do the patterning.